This session, entitled The Importance of Medical and Sports Advocacy for Athletes at All Levels, occurred at the annual American Orthopaedic Sports Medicine Society in Boston. This session was an interview with Maddie Koshin, an Olympic-level gymnast who had many trials and tribulations in her career as a gymnast. She made it to the Olympic teams, and her story was highlighted during this session. She was interviewed by Neil Elatrash, who was one of her orthopedics surgeons that took care of her musculoskeletal problems when she was a gymnast at UCLA. Other interviewees were Joe Hannafin and Peter Indelicato. The session was very well received, and I look forward to sharing the entire session with you. I introduced the session defining and talking about the importance of advocacy for our AOSSM members. I'm Mary Lloyd Ireland, professor at the University of Kentucky, orthopedist, Lexington, Kentucky. First, we should define what an advocate is. As a noun, it is a person who publicly supports or recommends a particular cause or policy. Synonyms are champion, supporter, backer, promoter, proponent, protector, patron, and booster. Sounds like some of the things that we orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine docs do every day, right? As a verb, to advocate, to support or argue for, to plead in favor of, and the synonyms are prescribe, recommend, comment, advise, support, back, uphold, urge, promote, endorse, sanction. It's important that we understand the definition, and we should be an advocate and advocate for our student athletes and patients at all times. No exceptions. In the presidential address, Richard Kyle talked about unity. He was the president of AOSSM in 2006. Included in unity are education, advocacy, professionalism. He stated, "We must unite with one voice and communicate our efforts clearly to our members, our patients, and the public." Seth Leopold, in Clinical Orthopaedics and Related Research, wrote, "Are vulnerable young athletes harmed by sport?" In answer to this question, if they are, as humanitarians, we need to be vocal, first responders, and advocate for different training regimens. This is for overuse, sports specialization, and our young athletes. We must be the first responders to protect them from permanent harm. Change the rules, diagnose early. Make sure we are the protectors of our young athletes. That is an advocate. There are several websites that national governing body, teams, individuals, parents, coaches visit. We need to sign up and take these courses. This is a safesport.org. The mission is to make your sport safe, educating coaches and parents. We, as orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, should participate in these .orgs and become members of these and understand and spread the word of how we can be an advocate to protect any potential abuse, whether it's physical, mental, or sexual, in our young athletes and older ones as well. Our own society has stopsportsinjury.org. We must be an advocate for our young athletes and protect these young athletes. This too we should spread to our patients, have them become a member of this, and utilize this as a source. Young athletes can go to this site and maybe make their diagnosis and make sure they come into our offices. This is like a stop smoking campaign, stop youth injuries, by enabling them to understand what is a true injury. Education at all levels.
I think the thread that runs through AOSSM is
scientific collaboration, cutting-edge techniques, professionalism, and collegiality.
Academic excellence.
Passion.
Moving in the same direction for a goal.
The camaraderie and the mentorship.
Helping each other along the way.
Education.
Commitment to excellence.
Research. Family.
Friendship and fellowship.
New and innovative ways to leverage technology. Strong leadership.
Being a better sports medicine physician.
That's who we are. Listen to those words. They're words of advocacy, being an advocate. We AOSSM members are strong and have a lot of influence on many levels: parents, coaches, and more importantly, young athletes. The AAOS Advocacy page, we should be advocates on Capitol Hill or in our own states, in our own communities. Communicate with those that we have elected into office and share what you feel is very important and how you can help be better physicians, treat patients better, and be better advocates. Visit that webpage. Be an advocate. So this is advocacy. When AOSSM members, led by Alan Anderson, went to Washington to plead for the Sports Medicine Clarity Act, to allow us to be able to have the medications and ability to take care of our athletes across state lines. This act was passed to improve care for all athletes and ensure that we as team physicians can do that. This is true advocacy. Alan Anderson was the consummate advocate. We should all aspire to be like Alan. I am pleased to report that the American Academy of Orthopaedic Surgeons endorsed the Forum's position statement on sexual abuse in sports. The Forum is a group of female sports medicine trained orthopedic surgeons who work together to make this position statement. These members who took a lot of time and effort to do this and should be applauded include Marlene DeMeo, Tammy Scarpella, Karen Sutton, Michelle Wolcott. We all thank them, and also the Ruth Jackson Orthopedic Society. This sexual abuse harassment, creating safe environment for competitive athletes, should be read by all physicians taking care of sports teams, particularly young females. This endorsement was in AAOS Now recently, and here's the link. Stop abuse. It's up to us. The statements are: the sports medicine practitioner should recognize potential sexual abuse, harassment, and provide an immediate and appropriate response. The athletic training room should provide a safe haven for athletes where discriminatory behavior and sexual abuse, harassment are not tolerated and where athlete confidentiality is respected. Going on, the remainder of the policy, a policy for reporting suspected or alleged sexual abuse harassment should be clearly posted in every athletic training room. This policy must include the reporting of suspected or alleged criminal behavior to a law enforcement agency and provisions to protect athlete safety and confidentiality. Annual education should be mandated for all parties involved in athlete management, including medical personnel, coaches, administrators, and other athletes. Education should include recognition of sexual abuse harassment, Title IX obligations, and reporting procedures, as well as repercussions for failure to report. This training may be included with existing programs for cultural competency, discrimination, and other programs, but must be specific to the athlete. Again, here are the links. Advocates for athletes at all levels. Snapshots of me, Joe Hannafin, Peter Indelicato, Matt Provencher, doing what we love to do, taking care of athletes, covering sidelines, making the diagnosis, making sure we're allowing the athlete to go back only when it's safe for them. In Clinics in Sports Medicine, I wrote an article about balancing life as a team physician. And these are in order of importance. Do the right thing, always no exception. Never make any exceptions. Always do the right thing for your athlete. Number 2, it is better to be an advocate than curse your competition. Again, at all levels, be an advocate. Don't demand respect from players and coaches. You earn it by taking care of them and allowing them to understand that you really do care for what's in their best interest, which may be keeping them out of the game. Loyalty is the weakest of human values and emotions. You may lose a team for making a decision that was not liked by the coach, but it's better to lose the team than injure a player. We must be communicators. Team physicians must always be available to the athletic training staff. And think about some other goals within yourselves. In order to hit the mark, one must aim a little higher, was my high school motto. But enjoy your role as a team physician. Remember the A's, again, back to advocacy: availability, ability, affability, advocacy, and affiliation. So maybe there are 5 A's. Dare to care and always care. Don't forget your family and friends. This is in the Clinics of Sports Medicine, April 2007. Professionalism required to be sports medicine doctors. Do the right thing forever and always. We must serve and protect, no exceptions. Thank you very much.